All right, and we're live. So basically, I got invited into this Pence Sweat Suit Invitational, which is I think a weekly draft where a bunch of other streamers and people that like to play limited, they draft every week. I don't know if it's streamed or not, if there's like a sort of like a coverage or something, but I'm sure you can check out Pence Twitter. And there's I think 32 people this week. A bunch of popular streamers. I noticed Ben Stark is in there. I'm playing round one against Sam Black. So lots of people you might know. And we decided to record this with Peter and post it on his YouTube channel.
Hello everyone, how it's going? Yeah, I don't know how much you've been playing of this format, but for myself, the last couple of days, I've been playing it a lot. So I'm still learning, but I have a pretty good idea about like the best cards and best archetypes. How about you?
I did one draft. I did one draft, and I thought that I drafted blue-red, and I was thinking the whole time, like, I'm just playing a bunch of overpowered cards that draw more cards, and I just basically never... the chain never ends, and my opponents are playing, like, 2-mana 2/2s, and... It's
what if your opponent is doing the same thing, right? It's not that easy.
yeah. I mean, obviously those were like the first drafts, the first day or whatever. But I did feel like blue-red was pretty good. Like, the learn mechanic is absolutely insane, I think.
Mm-hmm. By the way, can you share your screen again? We lost the connection a couple of minutes ago, and yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Learn is busted. When I saw it for the first time, I was like, well, this is probably not that great, but then I played with it. It's like absolutely insane. Like, it's way better than drawing a card, because in the late game you can like grab the X spell and make like an 8/8. When your mana's screwed, you can get the search for a land card, or you can just ramage to draw a card. It's just very powerful. Like, even the free mana draw a card, learn card, it's like very, very good. Like, it's way better than divination, because you can just get whatever you need for that situation.
I think you should be aggressively drafting both lessons and learn cards, because I mean, I don't remember who posted it. I think it was Louis Deltour, that he just basically sees learn as like a demonic tutor, which is pretty close to what it actually is if you get all the good learn cards. So that's about how good the mechanic is in limited if you haven't played the format before. I think we should be starting soon. I think we should have started 2 minutes ago, but I think people are kind of just still trying to figure out exactly what we're doing. There's 4 pots of 8. And okay, some other people that I noticed: Jamie Topples, the Mighty Linguine. There is Talia Vess. Semolin is playing Luke. Who else do I know? Echo Bravo is somebody I recognize from like Twitter. I think that person always drafts a lot. Kind of like Kyle Rose. We have Caleb Durvald. Amy Zonian is playing Alias V. Are you ready? I'm ready.
Let's go.
I haven't drafted outside of the draft that I did with my friends with the new set. The last time I did a draft was like over a year ago, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm actually serious.
Wow.
I might have done like one the set before Ikoria, but that's about it. Okay, I don't really even know the cards, so let's try to start with the rare.
I'm not sure what the rare does either, but it's probably pretty good, right?
Discard a card, put a 1/1 token into play. 1 tap, each opponent mills cards equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Exile 4 target cards from a single graveyard, draw a card. I don't know if this is good. This seems pretty bad to me, honestly.
What does the other side do?
5 mana.
Oh, so it just like restocks your hand. Yeah, it's probably not like that good. Yeah, I agree with you. This green card is very good.
Yeah, the fight spell's good. The blue-red card's good.
Even the other blue-red card is pretty good. I think that the one that makes 4/4.
We have 10 seconds. We have 10 seconds.
Well, I would just take the make 2 for force, but I'm not sure.
Sure, I can get behind that. I don't know how to do. I've never drafted on this thing before. Swords to Plowshares is a pretty good card. This card is absolutely insane, I think. When I read my cards during the pre-release, I was looking at the card and I'm like, this a 3-mana demonic tutor that does 3 damage. Are you kidding me? What? This card is insane.
Yeah, it's obviously very, very good. Like actually, a lot of my blue-red decks end up being Jeskai because it's not that hard to splash. You can like make treasure with the big cards, or you can just have a couple duels. But I think that the deal free is good enough that you don't necessarily have to take the swords.
I think so. I think also like from what I gathered during the pre-release, white was not very good for me. But maybe I just didn't draft it right. I'll
like if the bolt wasn't there, I would take swords, but you know it is so.
All your attacking creatures have double strike. Fateless Looting. Create a fractal where X plus 1 is the number of sorcery and instants in your graveyard and exile. I like Frost Trickster because I like drafting like sort of aggressive decks, but this might not be the right format for it. I think this card is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good like Fateless Looting is. It's probably not spectacular. Like you would probably play it, but
No. For me, it's between these two. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not. It really depends on the other people. If they're gonna like take the lessons very high, then maybe taking the 4/4 might be safer. But I think we're like too early, so maybe you should just take the 2/2. But I'm not sure. I think taking the 2/2 is fine.
Okay. I think from what I saw that this color combination has a lot of 3-drops. So
that's true.
I don't like to pick them super highly, but again, I didn't really do too many drafts. 5 damage to any target, 3 damage to another target.
I think it's like pretty good. It's worse than the other expensive cards because you can discard it to make a treasure. But I still think I would take it here. Like the other cards don't really match the power, and there's like a lot of ways to make mana in the blue-red deck.
-4, -0, learn. That seems pretty reasonable too.
I think it's fine, yeah. I mean, I just think that, I don't know, these cards are kind of replaceable. You'll probably get it later anyway. I would just take the uncommon, but I'm not sure.
I am willing to take busted uncommons because it's still draft number 1, so let's see how we do with that. Stone Rain is not something I'm looking for. We can splash with this. The 1/5 can be pretty reasonable. I think it's a decent blocker where if you have a bunch of like busted cards, you can certainly play with that. Like people can't just like... I played against Black-White. My opponent just had a bunch of like 2/1 flyers or whatever. They just couldn't do anything against a 1/5 reach guy. I think this could probably be also pretty good if your deck is just all instants and sorceries, which...
Yeah, I think it's very good. Also, like with the learn cards, you often put 2 cards in a graveyard because you can just search for a different spell. But I think I would take the duel here because it's just the most...
Which card?
I would just take the land,
the dual land? I think this is pretty good too because you can play it from your graveyard.
I don't know, like early in a draft, I'm just trying to take the cards that are hard to get because you can just get the other cards later.
That's true. Oh my god, draw 4.
Yeah.
I was gonna take this. I was like, yeah, 5 mana, make a good lesson card. But oh my god, I think we just have to take this, right?
Yeah, for sure. This card is very good.
Yeah, I mean, it says draw 4. Yeah, I'll take it.
Also, the aggro decks are not really that good, or maybe people haven't figured out how to draft them yet. But the format is really slow, so just drawing 4 cards for 5 is obviously insane, if that's the case. Yeah, it's possible we shouldn't have taken the 2/2 and just should have taken the lesson. Like, I'm not sure about that pick, but whatever.
Dual land and a bunch of nothing. I think that's an easy pick.
I'm really happy we didn't take the green card in the first pick, by the way. Like, our deck would just be awful here now.
Yeah. If I could choose the colors before drafting, I would probably be blue-red, based on what I saw, like based on, people were posting decks online, just like their 3-0 decks and everything, and blue-red was always kind of up there. I like Dome Shredder quite a bit, because it's just like, it's basically a 3-mana 3/3, and like, in the late game, it's just like a 3-mana 8/8. So for me, it's this. I don't really...
Yeah.
Love the Befuddler.
Sure, that's fine. There are also just like some combos with it. Like for example, there is the rare that if a card leaves your graveyard, you make a 3/2. So like if you happen to have that, you just make a 3/2 every turn. One of my opponents had it, and like I didn't beat that.
Is this 7-9 card really that good to make 2/4/4s? Holy shit!
I think so. Yeah.
He's a looter.
I don't like it very much, but we don't have any 2-drops yet, and you might end up with like none. So you know if that happens, you will play it. I think it's better than just taking a random card.
Yeah.
That's kind of bad.
Like I think this card is pretty decent. Like +3/+1 trample and learn is like pretty okay to put it into your deck, but I think you want to have some like blockers in this kind of deck. That was also what I thought. Like when I looked at this. When I look at this archetype, I was like, yeah, it has a lot of like really expensive ways to draw cards and expensive spells. So it's probably going to have bad early game. And then I noticed it has a 2-mana 3/3. Like
yeah, I was just about to say that that 3/3 is really good.
The 6-mana card is not great, right?
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, you can play it if you don't have any expensive cards, but it's obviously not good.
Yeah, already have a lot of expensive stuff.
The 1/5 is fine.
None of the lesson cards wield. Which I'm a bit sad about that. Like I think we should have had one of those.
The 4/4 might have been better over the 2/2, yeah.
Yeah. Because our deck is not gonna be like.
Well, there are some Izzet decks that are kind of aggressive, but definitely not ours. You can just take the
white card.
I don't know, hexproofing, yeah.
Because we might end up splashing it or something.
It's also the best card against us potentially.
This is playable in some decks, right? I'm just gonna steal that from somebody.
Yeah, obviously in like a black-green deck, it's sometimes you can grab it and it's good.
Whatever. I don't know any of these cards. Yeah, I think a pretty decent first back. I'm just a little bit sad we don't have the lesson.
Yeah, me too, but...
This targets a creature token. Can control target creature. Okay, so
I think we just snap off the 3/3, right?
That's what I would do as well, yeah. Prismari Pledge Mage.
At first, I thought it wasn't that good because it has a clause to attack, but in this deck you mainly wanna. Well, first of all, you mainly want to defend yourself, and also it's just like super easy to turn it on, so it ends up being really good.
Yeah, I agree. I think this card's great. And like, yeah, just what I was saying before. You give this kind of archetype like so many expensive cards and a lot of card draw spells, and it would make sense to give it a weakness where you would not have a great early game and maybe your creatures would be like 2-mana 2/1s or whatever. But no, there is a 2-mana 3/3 that you can just play, and that just makes sure you don't get attacked early on, and then later on it can attack itself.
Deal 4 is nice.
Oh, the 3-mana thing. Yeah, that card's great.
Is shock common? Do you know?
I have no idea. But considering that this is an uncommon, I think they also turned it into an uncommon probably.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, we need to look out for these lessons. It seems that, people are taking them pretty high.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like those cards, like especially the blue red one, you could play it both in red or, like Boros blue red, blue green.
Yeah, that was a wrong pick, but we cannot do anything about it anymore.
This looks like the 3 damage burn spell kind of. I think it's the same.
Yeah, it looks pretty similar. Nothing really for us. We can take like strategic planning. If you get like the 4-mana, make a guy equal to, or you can get like the 2/1 that when you mill it, it's a free 2. Like it's fine. It also triggers all of your like the free and stuff. It's obviously not great, but there's nothing for us anyway. So. I sometimes have problems with these decks that I just don't have enough win conditions. So we should like look out for that. We have the make 2/4/4s, which is good. So, but I'm just saying that like I had a game where I was just dominating, but he just killed all of my creatures and I lost.
I think the problems with win conditions you can usually get around by just drafting a lot of learn stuff.
Yeah, that's true. The 2/2 guy is playable, right? The one that makes treasures. You can also splash with it potentially.
Looks not that great to me.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that good or anything, but like, what do you want to take here?
I mean, this is decent for the curve because it's a 4-mana 4/3. Pledge Mage is probably okay. Searching for planes does not look great when you cast onto a turn. Creatures control 1 damage to each opponent. So what do we take? I think we take this. Actually,
Sure.
this might be better.
I mean, I would take the 2/2, but I'm not sure.
Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Sure. So we have another Trickster. We have another 4-mana 1/5. We have another.
I think I would actually just take the red-white land.
What kind of white cards are you looking to splash?
There is like a removal spells, and there's like the enchantment that mills you. I think that the card's really good, and there's like the 4/2 that returns like an instant or whatever. But I don't know. I just think these cards are kind of replaceable.
For me, it's between those two, but yeah, I think we're not really gonna give up that much if we don't have the Trickster. So,
Like, I'm not saying we're gonna play white, but you know, you might, and I don't know. I just think. Ooh, that uncommon is pretty good, I think.
this is also pretty decent, I think, if you have good cards in your deck. Like, it's not great, like by itself. Obviously, the numbers are bad, but if you have a lot of like learn stuff, then this is sometimes like basically draw 2 cards, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the uncommon is better, but
Wizard. So this is what Merfolk Wizard. All right, let's take this then.
like it just seems like a divination, but the scry on it, you know, means that it's like kind of draw free if you have the right creature in play, which is pretty good for 3 mana. Well, there is a bad lesson card, but it is a lesson card, so I think we should take it.
I thought this was an instant. I had it in one of the.
Oh shit! It isn't an instant.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
It would be a lot better if it was an instant.
Yeah, that makes it a lot worse. I still think we should take it because there's.
This is also a lesson card. We can just take that. We can also just take this, but I don't think that's that great. Oh, this is a learn card, not lesson card.
Yeah, but you're never gonna play that, right? Whereas that one is just sits in your sideboard, and maybe sometimes it's good.
This was an incredibly weak pack.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that people are taking blue-red, but maybe just like no blue-red cards have been opened. Like, I don't know. Pretty sad about not having the 4/4 lesson. That was just stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess we learn every day.
We did learn our lesson.
It could have been a lot worse though. Like if you just took the green card in the first spike, you know, we would be kind of.
Scry guy or flyer for curve purposes?
I think the flyer is better. I don't really like the scry that much. Just the 3/4/5 is pretty bad. I don't know.
So we could have had another Trickster, and we could have had a 5-mana 4/4. I think I would have liked to have both of those cards, and then like maybe take a 2-drop or 2, and already the deck would be looking a lot more aggressive, which I.
I'm very surprised that you said that.
It's just a bunch of bad cards. I'm just gonna steal this from somebody.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I should just steal this from somebody, because we can't currently really deal with a 5/5.
Sure. Also, it's way easier to play, so you know you're more likely to steal from someone.
Well, I guess we have 3 looters now. This could be pretty good in the right deck.
Yeah, I mean.
Whenever I draft, I usually like to take creatures and spells and tricks because they do the work pretty well on their own. I mean, I obviously like synergy decks as well, but you never know if you are going to get the right cards, and just a good curve of creatures and tricks like that. That kind of just always works. Indestructible. I'm just going to take this. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the upside of synergy decks is that, you know, when it works out, it's probably a little bit better than what you're describing. But as you're saying, if it doesn't work out, you kind of end up with garbage. Whereas, you know, if you just have a curve with tricks and removal spells, it's just always gonna break.
How is this a last pick?
I don't know, man. No one's drafting blue-green, apparently.
Oh, in what universe can this possibly be the last pick of what?
So the
I'm
2
confused.
2 for 2 is really good, right?
Yeah, I agree. A lesson's good. The 3/3 is good.
How many learn cards do we even have? We have like 2 or 1?
One.
If we have only 1, then we don't like need to prioritize the lesson cards that much.
We have 1 right now.
I just think the 2/2 is kind of busted, but
We don't really have a lot of instants though. We have like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have 3. We have like 5 total. I think we should take the lesson. We already have so many 2-drops. I think we like this. I think this is going to be a lot better actually.
sure, that's fine.
Opt is not really something I'm looking for. What is this? Return 1 artifact, 1 enchantment, 1 instant, 1 sorcery.
You can just take the lesson. You can just take the lesson, right? That's Christ. That's a fine card.
Oh, this? I think I would just rather take the flyer. Like, this is not really a very good lesson. Like, we have 1 learn card.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just take this guy.
I'm just figuring we're gonna end up with like a lot of random 4-drops, but that's fine.
I'm not really loving the deck as it is right now.
Yeah, it's kind of bad. But I just think that was because the second pack was just really bad.
Yeah. Oh, 5 mana, deal 5. It's decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just send somebody into blue-red by, passing something like this and passing, like the Trickster. Maybe we just send somebody else around us into the same
It's possible, yeah.
archetype.
Wasn't the second Trickster in one of the second in like the second pack?
Possibly. We have what, 15? We have 20 cards, so we still need at least 3 more. I also think we might have taken like the lens a little bit too aggressively.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh, there's the 4/2 though. But maybe you just want to stay Izzet and take the draw 4.
Oh my god. This is a pretty good lesson too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's also good with like these, because they'll really get to attack for a lot of damage.
But you don't really have learn cards though.
That's true. So what do we take, the flyer or the draw 4? Take the draw
I'm not
4.
sure. Probably draw 4 is better because then you just don't have to play white.
Maybe we don't have to splash. Yeah, I agree. I really, really, really like this lesson, by the way. I really think it's very good. Basically, like every draft, I want to have like the 2-mana lesson that searches for a land in case you need more lands. I want to have this one that puts counters on a creature, and I want to have the 5-mana one that makes a 4/4 or the X spell or whatever.
I really like the red-white enchantment, by the way. I'm not saying we should like necessarily like play it, but there's like not really that much. You can just leave.
Too much text. Take this. I guess.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do here because I'm not sure, and I don't wanna like you to get mad at me in the end. But I'm just saying that this card is good.
Exile creature. Too much text. Yeah, like if we had more white cards, I would take it. I would take it, but I think for now, I'm just gonna take the creature.
Ooh, that's a good card. It's not like insane or anything, but it's fine. It's a 2/1 that sometimes pings them, and you can just pump it, so that's good.
I mean, it doesn't really look very insane or anything. It actually looks kind of bad to me. I mean, they're just gonna play it 1/1 token, and like, what is this card gonna do?
That's true. You're still gonna take it though, or are you thinking about the -4, -0?
Maybe. I mean, I guess we need a cheap card anyways. Yeah, I don't love this card too much. Like, if we play against green-black, I can't imagine having this in our deck. Oh, another one of these is nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it makes these cost a lot less. I think this is good. Maybe this was this was supposed to be a first pick from the first pack. What did we take from the first pack?
You took the make two 4/4s, but
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
should have
drafting
taken
the Izzet deck differently than you, which is why I wanted to take it. But
yeah, we should have taken this, and then we would have had like a really nice, like aggressive blue-red deck. Some people have been like saying how this is gonna make it into the standard mono red deck. And, oh my god, just no. Just no. This is decent with like strategic planning and like we have looters or whatever, so we can discard it, put it.
Yeah,
put
you
it
can
back.
also discard it to the researchers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be playing this guy. I do need another lesson. Let's see.
Oh, there is a lesson. It's kind of bad, but it's still a lesson.
Ugh. That is a really bad lesson. How is this an uncommon? What the hell?
I think just because it's kind of unique and they don't want the packs to like be overflown with these cards.
Yikes. I mean, I guess you don't really have another option.
Yeah, I think you should have taken the Scry lesson. It would still be better to have it rather than not.
Well, oh my god, I really wish I made some different picks in the first couple packs. Like this deck would have been so good, like blue-red tempo, you know,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Two spectacle mages, like some other flyers, some nice lessons.
I'm sorry to destroy your day, man. You didn't have to listen to me though.
Let's start with the 7 mana sorcerer card.
It's because I drafted with one, like you don't know him, but he's like pretty good Taiwan player, and he just told me that this is insane, so I just believed him.
Okay, and you decided to just ruin my draft? That's not very
I'm sorry.
nice.
Are you mad at me?
That's not very nice. Well, I'm really glad we have these white-red lands we're not gonna play. There is your favorite card. Just wield the table a bunch of times because nobody else wants it. Because apparently it's unplayable. We have what, 25 cards, so we get to. Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. Claim the Firstborn, not playable in limited. I think I'm probably not even gonna play the 7 mana card. Done drafting. Alright. We're gonna stop this video right now and come back with the deck build.